So let's quickly do that. Open a new space here. So any update on my task, guys? Let me close. Sorry? Hello guys, are you able to hear me?
Yes, Amma. Yeah.
Yeah, so any update on my task?
Yeah. So the first task I could do, like we have to change the file in that RC local in the etc folder.
Mhm.
And the
So
second
what is
one,
the first task?
yeah.
So
Sorry.
what is the first task? What is
First,
the first
yeah.
task?
Yeah. First task is how to mount S3 and EBS permanently after even reboot.
Okay, good. Okay, next.
And the second one is to create an EC2 instance from CLI.
Okay.
That I didn't do.
Mm-hmm.
And the third one I could do, creating the S3 bucket from the command line.
Okay, so just
Yeah.
yeah, sorry guys. I'm back. Okay, third task done. Fourth.
Yeah, third is done. The fourth one I was trying, but I was, stuck. Like I was feeling very difficult in doing that.
Okay, so
It
no
was
problem. So
actually the comments are, yeah. And the last one I found it like, we can go to actions and change the instant type. But the thing is, like in the AWS console, it was disabled. I could not, select that.
okay, so
Like when we
actually
go to the,
there is a prerequisite to do that. Find out that
okay.
prerequisite. So directly you
Mm,
cannot do that. So first of all, you have to
okay.
do
So
the
it's,
prerequisite. Then only you can change the median. And the
uh,
fourth one, first of all, find out the command. So start command I already showed you yesterday, right?
mm-hmm.
Stop
Okay.
command,
Yeah.
simple, same. Instead of start hyphen instance, you have to use stop hyphen instance. Okay. Then
But we have to
after,
set the time, right? Yeah.
for that purpose, do one thing. You can use cron job. So cron is
Ah,
one of the thing in Linux box. One of the
yeah.
command
They were
line.
showing lambda function also, so I could not get like
So
what
first to
exactly.
try this one. You can go with the lambda later. Okay. First go simple way. AWS CLI.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So go with cron
Okay.
job. So make it simple. How to set a job to run it
Mm-hmm.
every day 9 o'clock.
Yeah.
So this Googling
Amar,
is also one of the key skill, guys. How
I
to
have
search?
one doubt. Sorry
Yes,
to
of course.
interrupt.
Yeah, go ahead.
Actually, we are starting the instance and stopping the instance, right? So if the instance is stopped, how that cron job will be running?
Don't stop the same instance. Go with
Okay.
other instance.
Other instance.
Because
Okay.
if that instance where you are running command, if it is stopped, then we can't do anything, right? Go with
Yeah.
other instance.
Okay.
I'll
Actually,
make it.
okay, understood.
Yeah. Okay.
I tried in the same
So
instance, so it was not
no.
working. So
Go with other one.
okay.
So set the cron job for fourth one. Okay,
Yeah.
third one and second one, it's not a big deal. Simple. First of all, what are the things you need to create a EC2 instance? We need a AMI ID. Okay, so maybe instance type, account, network details. This is these and all. You have to pick the IDs before itself. And in command line, you have to add those IDs, all IDs. It will be done. Okay, so guys, in DevOps, okay, not only DevOps, in IT industry, searching is also one of the biggest skill because nobody can remember all this stuff, right? Maybe I know how to do that, but I don't know how to what is the exact syntax. Definitely, it's not a possible thing, guys. To remember all the stuff. Don't worry about that. But try to search in different ways, guys. Okay. So always try to do different ways. Try different searches. Don't stick with the single web page. So search different web pages, different ways. Okay, then only you will get the answer somewhere. Definitely, guys, it's possible. It may take some time, but you will get the answer. Don't worry that. Yeah. Now go to IAM concept, guys. So, guys, in a real time, okay. So, like we do have different types of users. Like developer will be there, application. So, did I again completed this IAM user concept, guys? Any chance? Yes
No,
or
we
no?
didn't.
We haven't started this IAM concept.
No.
Okay,
We
no
didn't
problem.
start.
Okay. So, guys, IAM is it stands for Identity Access Management to create users for the same account. Maybe Amar user. Maybe again, you may have different teams, guys. Developer will be there, application team will be there, database team will be there. Sometimes they also need access to your AWS account, but they should not have admin access. Based on their profile, will provide the access to them. Now let's see how to do that. Now click on users. So it seems already you created some user. Now add user. So by default, you don't have all these users, guys. It seems Navin created those. Yeah, go ahead. Maybe Amar user. It's always the best practice is small letters. Yeah. Now what access he need? From where he want to access? From browser or from a command line? Give as of now both the things. Now select custom password. Maybe yeah, custom password means you can add your password. So guys, I'm creating a user called Amar. Maybe assume that Amar is a developer. Yeah. Now next, the last option is to reset your own password for the first step. Okay, for security purpose. Now next. Now it's saying something error. Does not contain to the account password policy. So please give some. Yeah. Now next, permissions. So go with the attached existing policies. So select attached existing policy. Guys, policy is nothing but permission. So in AWS, we do have number of services, right? So which service Amar need access? Maybe EC2 instance, maybe S3 bucket, maybe IAM. So based on his profile, maybe let's take EC2. For every service, we do have minimum 2 policies, guys. One is read policy, one more is full policy. So go with full policy. Maybe read policy, EC2 read. Just search it. Directly you can search it. EC2 read without space. So select it. So guys, I'm saying select it and click on next. Add. Tag is not required. Next. Create user. So guys, so yeah, click on show button. So you can see access key, secret key, username and password, you know it already. So now onwards, Amar should log in with the above link. So you can see above link. HTTP, yes. So now onwards, always Amar should log in with this link only, guys. Okay. So all your teammates, everybody, only guys, the default user you are getting, that user is called as root account, root user. By creating your account, you are getting one user. maybe your email ID password you are using to log into your Amazon console by default. That is called as root account, guys. That is not IAM account. So apart from that, all other users, maybe developer, application team, database team, everybody should use this link only to this account, guys. For every account, one ID will be there, one link will be there. This is your account ID link. Okay, every IAM user should use the same this link only, guys. Okay, now click on that link. Now what we will do, we'll provide this link plus user details to that Amar user. Okay, so now Amar user can log into the same account, guys. Yeah, Amar. So what permission Amar has now, guys?
EC2 read access.
Exactly. Only EC2 related permission he can have. Amar 123, I mean, I think. The password is Amar 123, I think so. Yeah. For the first time, it will ask you to change the password. Because now admin knows Amar password, right? Because admin created it. So this is for security purpose. So go to running instance. So guys, now I do have only EC2 access. Now I cannot do anything. That to read access only. I cannot do anything else. Even I cannot launch new one also. Can you try to start this EC2 instance?
Oh,
Start it. Try to start it.
it's
Go back to the-
terminated.
Oh, it's already okay. Then try to launch one more. Next, review and launch. Launch it. See, launch file. You are not authorized because you do have only read access. Now try to access IAM access, maybe IAM or else S3 bucket. Nothing. You cannot do anything. Go to S3 bucket. See guys, access denied. You're in the same account with the Amar user now. Go to IAM. So this is what IAM user, guys. See, unauthorized. Now, wherever Amar user has access, maybe let's assume that Amar is a developer. So Amar has some development servers. There he has again Amar user in Linux server also. Guys, remember this. Linux user is separate. IAM user. This is not Linux user, guys. This is your AWS account user. Again, in that Linux box, wherever Amar need access. Okay, there also Amar should have Amar Linux user. Okay, then only you can log into that Linux box. Then after AWS configure command, that time you have to use these credentials, this security keys, so that Amar can have access to this AWS account. Remember this, guys. Linux user is separate. AWS user is separate. Linux user is to log into the Linux box. AWS user is, IAM user is to log into the AWS account. Okay. So this is what IAM user. Now the next class, IAM role. Come out of this file, log out and log in with your same admin. Yeah, go back to main IAM again. Log in with your main user, Naveen. Here below root account.
Here, root user.
Yes. So root user means the main user. While creating your account, you use the one account, right? That is the main user. That is called as root account, guys. Root account access will be only for AWS admin or DevOps admin. Now go with the role command. Roles. So create a role, guys. Role also almost same only. Only one difference. You won't get any credentials. Select EC2. Next permissions. Yeah, create policy. Sorry. Go back. Just select your policy. Yeah, select your policy. Same, like which policy you need for this role. Maybe EC2, maybe S3 full, based on your requirement. Who requested? I'll tell you the difference. Yeah, select this. EC2 full means you can create new instance, you can shut down, you can start. These permissions, full permissions means. Yeah, next. Provide some role name and create role. So what is the difference between role and this one? I'll tell you. So you won't get any credentials now.
So for the same Amar, we are just changing the role.
No. So that is different. This is different. Okay, now go to your EC2. I'll explain what is the role concept. I'll explain. So just wait. Now go to EC2 dashboard. Go to EC2 dashboard and select your running instance. You don't have even one single running instance.
Terminated actually.
Okay, that's fine. So if you have any instance, there you can attach this role.
So
let me share my screen.
This is a root user.
I know. So just a minute. Let me start screen share. I'll explain what exactly it is. Are you able to see my screen?
Yes.
Okay. Okay. So this is your AWS account. Assume that. Okay. These are EC2 instances like you have in your account. It doesn't matter, guys. EC2, whether it's a EC2 instance or maybe like some other your own data, even your laptop. Okay. In your laptop also you can install AWS CLI. Okay, in any Linux box, in any command line tool, you can install AWS. Windows, Linux, MacBook, anywhere you can install AWS CLI, guys. Let's assume that this is my organization account. Okay, here I created a user called Amar user. Example. Okay, so if I create a user, guys, I'll get a credentials, access key, and secret key, right? So now wherever like maybe so developer, Amar user developer, again Linux box I'm talking about, this user is different, guys. Definitely development servers will be there for Amar. Okay, development team belongs to maybe some servers belongs to development team, like to develop the programs and all. So assume that these all are development servers. So around 5 to 6, maybe 5 servers are available here. So now Amar user, wherever it doesn't matter, you can log into any machine with Amar user, Linux user. You can install AWS CLI there, and you can run that AWS command from any server. By using this credential, you can access your AWS account because you know the credentials. From anywhere in any box, you can install that AWS CLI command. Okay, and you can configure that by using these credentials. From anywhere you can access this account. So whatever the permission you given here, that permission you can do with that policy. Maybe assume that you given AWS this EC2 full access. That means from these Linux boxes he can access those EC2 instances. He can start, he can stop everything from anywhere, even from your laptop also, by using command line interface. You can install command line interface here, and you can run AWS commands from even from your laptop also. You can, because you know the credentials. So whereas role means maybe something development role, dev role. So for this also I'll give the permission, maybe EC2 full access, assume that. Okay, but you won't get any credential for this dev role. So your developer will ask me, so please attach to this server. So if I attach this role to this Linux box, only your developer who logged into this Linux box, okay, they only can access this account. Whatever the permission, if you have EC2 full access, let's assume that I attach this dev role to this Linux box. Okay, so whoever logged into this Linux box, they have to install AWS CLI here, and they have to do configure AWS configure, and no credentials required now, because already you attach the role to this Linux box. Directly you can run AWS commands here. So from remaining you cannot, because dev role is attached to only this box. If you attach again, you can attach to multiple also, guys, but you have to attach from your AWS console. If I attach from here, assume here and here I attached my role. Okay, from here and here I can access this account, not from these three. That is the difference between role and user, guys. User means you will get credential, that access key and secret key from anywhere where you have that AWS CLI command, CLI installed. From there you can configure your account by using those credentials, and you can connect to it. But whereas dev role, whereas role means, okay, your developer has to request that from where you want to access. So from console, I have to attach that role to the respective server. From there only he can access. That is what the role difference, guys. Why I have to choose, I have to go with the role instead of username means, there is a one reason, guys. Sometimes assume that we do have 50 developers, 50 members, 50 developers might be there in your assume, just assumption. That time, guys, you have to create 50 users, 50 development users in here in AWS console. Again, it's not a free of cost, guys. 50 users you have to create, 50 credentials they have to give. Everybody who logged into their Linux box, they will do the AWS configure. Installation is one time only, that's CLI installation. But AWS configure, every user they have to do in their when they logged into this Linux box, and they have to connect to this Linux AWS account. But if role means, once you attach this role to here, simple. Yeah, like I no need to create 50 users. I'll create one role attached to this Linux box. Who logged into this Linux box, they can do the AWS configure command. They don't need any credentials. Directly they can access this account. So that is the difference, guys. Time save. You are saving your time. You are saving your efforts by using the role command. mechanism. Same concept. User and role both are for access only. But the thing is, user means you'll get the credentials and you can connect from anywhere. So if Amar user has access to these 5 servers, from these 5 servers you can install AWS CLI. You can configure your and access to this account. If it is a role, only to the respective server. If I request from here, only from here I have to access. So others you cannot. That is the difference, guys, between the role and the user. So
What
guys,
about the permissions, Amar?
same. What permission you given here while creating this role? What permission I given here for dev role? Navin, what permission you given? Easy to read access, right? If I attach this role to this Linux box, from here I can only read this EC2 instances. I can see how many EC2 instances, like maybe what is the status of that. Same permissions are same only. Policies, you are attaching the policies, right? Based on that only you will get the policy permission. Okay, so that is what. Are you clear now? Who is that?
Yes.
So guys, are you clear about this role and user now? Difference between user and role? I am user and I am role. Any confusion, guys? Please confirm me.
No.
So I hope everybody is clear, guys. Okay. So this is one of the concepts, guys. Based on your role, maybe if it is a DevOps admin, you may have 10 DevOps admins, guys. Everybody should have administrator access. There is a field, guys. Administrator access, one policy is there. So if Amar user, if you attach administrative access, Amar will be the admin now. Amar can do anything. So guys, even though we are admin, DevOps admin, we also will create one IAM role for IAM user for Amar user. We don't use root account, guys, in real time. Everybody will log in with their own IAM user only. Based on your role, you will get the permission. I mean, so who is maintaining you? So only your root account will be managed by your manager. Most of the, maybe your team lead. Your team lead will maintain that root account. Again, he also won't use to log in. He will keep it somewhere. Credentials. He won't provide those root credentials to anybody. If I join today as a DevOps admin, okay. So already I have a, I mean to say, in your organization, you have your, they have AWS account. So immediately, for me, they will create one IAM user with the administrator access. Now onwards, I can log into that account, the same account, with administration powers. I can do anything. That is how the user management in AWS, guys. Okay, so this is about IAM, guys. So policy is nothing but permissions. Permissions like you have for each service minimum 2 policies, guys. One is read policy, one is full policy. Full means that related you can do. You have full rights on top of that service. Read means only just view permission. You cannot do anything. You cannot start. You cannot stop. You cannot delete. Such kind of permission. Okay. So the next topic is VPC concept. Yes. I'm sorry.
If you given administrator for AMI user administrator access, so you can create AMI users.
Yes. If you are the admin, you assume that Amar is a IAM user. Okay. Amar has full access, administrator access. Now Amar also can create. As I told you, we never use the root account. That is not the best practice, guys, in your real time. Everybody will use their own user only. But the accountability, guys, because if let's assume that we have 5 developers, 5 DevOps admins. So obviously DevOps admin means full rights will have. If we use everybody use that root account, what will happen? We don't have accountability. Who did what? Right. So for safer side, for accountability, everybody should have their own IAM user for the same account. So again, if you, even though you are admin, maybe IAM user, if you are the administrator, you will have the full rights. You can create again IAM users. Got it, guys? This is about
Okay.
IAM concept. If you see in yesterday's class, guys, maybe not yesterday's, I given a S3 mount task. So there you can see that IAM user, IAM user, IAM role. Have you seen that, guys? It was asking to create IAM user or IAM role
Yeah,
while
correct.
counting S3 bucket. Okay, so guys, if you have IAM user or IAM role, then only you can configure your, you can access your AWS account. So as I told you, root account we don't use now any time. Yeah, now take some tasks on IAM. How to change my admin my user password. So Navin, can you please share your screen?
Yeah, Samar.
So how to change Amar password? Assume that now Amar is a DevOps admin, maybe developer, anybody. So Amar forgot his password now. How to change? How to recover that? Okay. Next. How to recover the root account password? Maybe now we don't have any admins, guys. If others are admin, they can log in and they can change the password for root account. But assume that you do have only root account in your root user in your account. No others are everybody are normal users only. They don't have administrative access. Now, how to set root account password? Okay. Now, third one. So I have S3 bucket, guys. Basically, what will happen? Let's assume that I given Amar IAM user I created. I given S3 full access. In that case, Amar user can see all the S3 buckets, guys. My concern is Amar user should connect only. Assume that we do have 10 S3 buckets total. Amar buckets are only 2 buckets. Amar related buckets. Okay, so remaining all for other teams. They not belongs to Amar user. Now Amar user should be able to access only those 2 buckets. How can I make that, guys? How Amar user should be able to access only 2 S3 buckets out of 10. Guys, if I give Amar user S3 full access, he can access all the 10 buckets. My concern is, right now, so guys, did you get my question?
Yeah.
How to make Amar user to access only 2 S3 bucket out of 10 he should not be able to access the other 8 S3 buckets. How can I make it? So guys, these are your tasks for today.
So the third question is from the console, right?
It's up to you. You can do anything. Even from command line also it is possible. So guys, whatever you can do from console, you can do from command line also. That is possible. It is possible. Okay.
Yes.
So yeah, next topic is VPC, guys. Virtual Private Cloud. Okay. So guys, let me ask you one question. Okay. Let me ask you one question. Assume that I have maybe let's take home network, guys. Maybe we'll talk generally now. Leave it about AWS. Leave it about AWS. Let's talk generally. If I take a network connection in my home, how many IPs I will get, guys? Any idea?
One, I mean, it will
Only
be
one.
dynamic, but
Yeah, leave it about dynamic or static. It doesn't matter. How many IPs I will get? Only one, right?
yeah,
Okay. Again, do you agree with me? Like if I say all the devices need one IP address to connect to internet, right?
yes,
Like my
yeah,
laptop, my mobile,
Yes.
every
Yeah.
device should have one IP address. So assume that if I connect my wide connection to my Wi-Fi, again I'm getting multiple IPs. How it is possible? Actually, I got only one IP. Okay, so how I am getting multiple IPs again? How my Wi-Fi is providing multiple IPs to me? So in my home, I do have again like a different number of mobiles, number of laptops. How I am getting internet to my devices? How my Wi-Fi is providing multiple IPs to me? As I got only one IP. What is the reason, guys? Any idea? Okay, no issues, guys. So, guys, here actually there are two kinds of IPs: public IP and private IP. So, why private IP is required? Will tell you. So, guys, simple. Public IP means the IP which is provided by provider is called as public IP. So, what is private IP means? The IPs which are providing by your Wi-Fi, your router, is called as private IPs. Why private IPs are required, guys? So, but there are two purposes. One purpose is, guys, because we don't have enough IPs in the market. So I'll tell you. So we don't have enough IPs, guys. Remember this. We do have only 1 crore 70 lakhs IPs. How many fields you have in your IP address, guys? 4 fields, right? Something like. Can you open your putty session? So maybe your yeah. So this is your public IP, guys. If you see what is my IP, so or maybe what is my public IP, it will show you what is your IP. How many fields you have? 4 fields. So guys, in this 4 series, you have only 1 crore 70 lakhs IPs only. Totally, not more than that. But in real time, maybe in your organization, maybe in your out of the world, so overall 600 crores of people we do have. So definitely the number of devices also around 1000 crores. Laptops, mobiles in your organization laptops, your organization servers, more than 1000 crores easily it will cross. But how many IPs I have overall? 1 crore 70 lakhs IPs only. So how they can accommodate, guys, 2000 crores? It is not possible. Okay, that is where private concept comes into picture, guys. So private means internal network, guys. Actually, can you open your command prompt, Navin? Your command prompt in your
CMD.
laptop. Yes. Check if IP config. Guys, see, actually my public IP is something 117. It's a single command, IP config. See, my IP it is showing as 192 series. 192, 168, 117, the above one. 137.1. So that is your IP address. Why it is showing like that? Because this is a private IP address, which is provided by your Wi-Fi, your router, guys. So now when I connect to the internet, when I open a Google web page, when I open some maybe GoToMeeting from my laptop, what will happen? First, it will go to your router, guys. Your request will go to router. Your request won't go to that particular server. Now you connected to GoToMeeting server, guys. When you connect GoToMeeting link, what will happen? It will connect to that GoToMeeting server. Now everybody connected to that GoToMeeting server, but you are not directly connected. So because you are in Wi-Fi, so you are connecting to your Wi-Fi first. That is your gateway for your network. So they once it is reaches to in the net to the network to your router, so it will replace your public IP, sorry, private IP. This 192 series IP with your public IP, that 117 IP. It will go out. It will reach out to that Google that GoToMeeting network. Again, it will reaches to my router only because it doesn't know my address, my laptop address. So once it reaches to that Wi-Fi, your Wi-Fi knows your address, your laptop address, from where you requested. It will reach out. That communication will come to your laptop. So guys, this is what public and private concept. So first reason is you don't have enough IPs in the market. Only 1 crore 70 lakhs IPs only. That is the first reason. Okay. Why we need a private IP? One more reason is if I have 6 or 7 maybe devices in my home, I should take 7 connections. So I should pay more, guys, to get public IP addresses. Public is not free of cost. I need more IPs. Means I have to pay for 6 IPs. I have to pay more for my connections. Again, it's a costly. If in your office, in your organization, you may have 5,000 employees, 5,000 connections they have to take if they want to go with public IP addresses. If to get internet, but what they are doing, hardly they are taking 3 to 4 corporate connections. The range of that connections will be huge. They will connect the connection to their switches again. Guys, switch is nothing but same like our router, but it is little big. It will produce more private IP addresses. So that those private IP addresses only your office, your laptops, your desktops connecting to that Wi-Fi, that switch, you're getting IP addresses, you are getting the internet. So that is the concept of public and private concept, guys. So there are 3 ranges for private ranges: 10 series, 192 series, 172 series. Total 3 series will use for private ranges, guys. Actually, you are not doing anything. Your router by default it will recreate. So actually, there is an algorithm called subnet algorithm, guys. Subnet algorithm will be there in your Wi-Fi, in your router, in your office switches. So that subnet, when you connect to that wide connection to that router, what is happening? It is subnetting that main network, subnetworking, subdividing, and based on that connection type, based on that main network size, it is reproduced. Guys, hardly your Wi-Fi, your home network reproduce the IPs like I think 10 to 15 IPs only, not more than that. Because of the connection type, because of the network range, your network range will be very small. The home range will be, but in your office, the connection type, the network range will be huge. The cost also huge only. So when you connect that wire to the switch, it will reproduce more number of IPs. So here your organization and myself, we are saving our cost instead of taking public IPs, more public IPs. We are generating our private IP addresses. So guys, so basically who is overall worldwide, the network provider is only 1 or 2 people only, guys. Only 1 or 2 organizations only. Again, internally, maybe inside your cities and all, you're getting internet from different providers. They are picking from the main network, main provider. So they decided to leave 192, 172, 10 series for private series. They won't allocate these numbers to any of the network, public networks, guys. 10 series, 172 series, 192 series. Total 3 series will be there. Those only for will be for your home networks, your private networks, guys. Anywhere, remember that 10 series. Yeah, these are called as classes, guys. Okay, so 10 series, 22 sorry 192 series, 172 series. Only 3 ranges will be used in your anywhere, your home, your office. Okay, these are called as private ranges. Your Wi-Fi will reproduce these IPs. So why we are discussing these things means, guys, in our AWS also we have that concept. We have that public and private concept. So to understand that, we discussed about this. So what is public IP, guys? The IP which is provided by public provider, the network provider. Here also for your EC2 instances, okay, guys, for your EC2 instances, AWS is providing one IP. That IP is called as public IP. So you can use it to connect to that EC2 instance from outside. The customer is connecting to that EC2 because of that public IP only. Now, a private IP also will be assigned, guys, for each and every EC2 instance. That is for internal purpose, internal communication, not for your purpose, guys. So again, let's assume that I do have 10 EC2 instances. Okay, so they have some dependency between those servers. Assume that some applications running, some databases running. So they have some communication, they need some communication. They want to read one server from another server. How it is possible? Internally, they have in a single network, guys. So they will, so your AWS will provide, so again, your subnet will provide the private IP addresses to all your EC2 instances. That is for internal communication, not for your purpose. Okay, so guys, that is what public and private concept. So again, in tomorrow class, we'll discuss about the VPC concept, guys. Okay, what is VPC, how to create it, how to create the subnets and all, we'll discuss in tomorrow class. So okay, so why we discussed about public and private means in that VPC will create these private concepts. That is the reason, to understand, to make it understand, I just covered this public and private concept. So guys, any issues, any doubts as of now? Anything? Guys, are you clear about what is private concept, what is public concept, public IP, private IP? Any doubts, guys?
No.
Hello, guys. Is everybody clear about that, guys?
Yes.
Okay, great. Okay, so in tomorrow, so not tomorrow, again Monday class, we'll discuss about the VPC concept. The network ranges, network classes, we'll discuss, guys. Okay, guys?
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, guys, thank you. Thank you very much. Complete the tasks, guys. Make sure that if you're not doing the previous tasks also, please make sure that next I'm sorry. Next 2 days, please complete the tasks, guys, without fail. Yeah. Okay, guys. Thank you. Thank you very much.
One more thing. We are not able to see the past 2 days videos. I'm not able to see in my drive.
Okay. Is it for everybody or only for Malati?